Hey guys, Donnie B here, Learn Pro Recording. Anyway, welcome back. Glad we're with you. Glad you're with us. Glad you're listening. Glad you're enjoying. If there's anything, thanks for the comments. Thanks for the emails. I'm really happy. I'm helping you guys out, and you guys are learning stuff and enjoying stuff, and hopefully a couple of little jokes to come across make you giggle. All right. So anyway, today I want to talk to you about helping you get an internship in a studio in your neighborhood or in your area. Okay. This is how this business is learned. If you want to become an engineer or a producer, or you want to learn how to run a studio, the best way to do that is to get into a studio and learn how to run and work in a studio. All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about that at the end of this thing. But right now, this is the way this is from day one, from the beginning of time, this is how this works. Some guy figured out how to make fire. He told his buddy. His buddy figured out that, hey, if I put my food on the fire, it tastes better. And now look. We got nothing but 4th of July barbecues all over the place. Damn. I love those guys, man. Those guys really hooked it up. Anyway, let's start with a disclaimer, okay? You guys, by now, you've dealt with me a couple of times, and you know who I am. I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude that loves what I love what I do. I got in by getting in. I got in by interning. The guy that we're talking about here, that's me. I started off as an intern in a fairly large studio here in Los Angeles, and I was fortunate enough to be able to get in there. And once I got in there, I stayed. I didn't go. I didn't leave. I actually brought a sleeping bag. I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to be there all the time. I wanted to soak it up. I wanted to learn everything I could learn. I want to learn everything I should learn. And now here I am. I own and operate with my wife. We own and operate ES Audio Services in Los Angeles. If you guys want to look it up, it's ES Audio Recording Studios in Los Angeles. Anyway, it's esaudio.com if you want to check it out. That's our studio. Anyway, here we go. Let's get going. Hopefully we're going to help somebody out. So, first tip number 1. Man, don't just send a bunch of resumes to a bunch of random studios. You know what I mean? Don't just do a Google search and freaking come up with 40 studios in your neighborhood and send a resume to everybody. Look, it's all right if you do, but use the blind carbon copy. As a studio owner or manager, I don't want to see my name listed with 40 other studios in the send to column of your email. I just don't want to know that you sent, other, like all the other studios, the same copy of the cover letter and the same copy of the resume. I mean, be personal. Maybe do a little research. Maybe look for the studio's website. Maybe find the manager's name, the manager's personal email that should be listed on the website, and reach out and say, hey, Jenny, hey, Bob, I see that you manage a studio that's in my neighborhood that I've seen and heard of, and I'd love to come by, and here's my resume. I just finished school. Love to be an intern. Love to learn some stuff from you, learn some stuff from your staff. Love to learn as much as I can about working in a studio so that one day I could work in a studio. Hello. I mean, it's not that hard. Just do a little research, check it out. And that also shows, as a studio owner, for me, that's going to show me that you care and that you're going to give a little bit of attention to detail, because you're going to do a little research and you're going to have my name on the email. Don't just send, oh, hey, studio guy, love to be an intern at your place. You know what I'm saying? So, try not to do that. The next thing, tip number 2, double check your spelling and your grammar. Okay. So some of these resumes we get that are attached to emails that one are blanket emails to 40 studios in the neighborhood. Dude, you're a college graduate and you can't spell the word friend. I mean, come on, double check it. Maybe have somebody else check it for you. Say, hey, could you maybe double check this for grammar and spelling? I'm sending my resume out to try to get a gig at a prestigious studio, and I want to make sure everything looks good. You know what I mean? So, look, I do. Everybody does that. Everybody makes little mistakes. Like the computer will it'll spell check stuff, but you might spell the word right, but it's the wrong word. Like a good one for me is the word from and form. I mix up the R and the O and it comes out as form, but I meant to say from, and it still passes the spell check. But if I don't double check it and I just send it, I don't know, man. That kind of makes it look weird that I didn't pay attention to detail. You got to pay attention, and that's what this whole gig's all about. That, man, paying attention to detail, making sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, and don't use the texting technique. The shortened words like you are instead of your. Or what another one that really bothers me, and again, back to this disclaimer, look, you guys are dealing with me. I got no filter. So I'm going to say things that might piss somebody off, but that's okay. Maybe you'll learn from it. The word your, Y-O-U-R, and Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, meaning you are. That gets mixed up a lot, and that bothers me. Again, it's just laziness and not paying attention to detail. That's all that is. I don't know if y'all remember the record plant in Hollywood back in the day, man. It was like a really prestigious place to become an intern and to work. Rose Mancherney ran the place, and dude, she ran it like a military base. Perfect machine. It was awesome. I mean, everybody, even myself, I wanted to intern there, just because that was a place to get in. But they had a wait list, man. The intern wait list was forever. It was, years. Somebody basically had to die off before you got an internship there, so, but it was very prestigious and everybody wanted to intern there. Rose isn't there anymore. I think she retired in 2015, but, the record plant is still in Hollywood. It's still there. It's still pretty big, still pretty prestigious. I've worked there a couple times actually since becoming an engineer. I've worked there a couple times with some artists. Anyway, moving on. Tip number 3, dude, make sure you send a cover letter or an introduction letter. Let's say you find the name of the manager of the studio is Charlie. Okay. So you send your resume and a cover letter you want to attach your resume, which is, we're going to talk about in a second, but put a cover letter and use the personal. Hi, Charlie. It's me, Donnie Baker I just graduated from Musicians Institute, or I just graduated from Full Sail or SAE or wherever you're going to school. I'm looking for a gig. I'd love to talk. I checked out your studio online. It really looks awesome. I'd love to talk to you more about becoming an intern if you have an availability there. Here's my contact information. If you want to hit me up, let me know. Whatever. Just be very professional, but be very personal at the same time. I mean, that shows again that you've done some research and you're generally interested in wanting to be an intern at that studio. You know what I mean? Also, I mean, with resumes, don't get crazy. Resumes should be, one page. I wouldn't even say 2. That might be acceptable in some places, but I would think just 1-page resume, real simple. This is me. This is what I do. This is what I've been. This is where I want to go. That kind of thing. Real simple. I don't need to know that you won your 6th grade spelling bee. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm sure it's cool. We can talk about it later, but I don't need to know on your resume, man. Seriously. Again, y'all shouldn't get mad at me because I got the no filter thing going on. I'm only trying to help. I'm only trying to help you grow. I'm only trying to get you to understand in the real world what happens in this business, in this industry. And I've been here a long time. I'm 40 plus years into working in this industry. So don't get mad at me. All right. I'm just trying to help. Remember what Grandma always said? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's right. Be squeaky. Make some noise, people. In other words, for y'all that don't understand country, do a follow-up call, man. Send your resume. So you send a resume to me. All right. A couple days later, you call me. Personally, you call me. Hello, Mr. Baker. No, son. Call me Donnie. I'm cool. So, all right, Donnie. I'd love to set up an interview where I can come over and talk to you, but I sent my resume to you a couple days ago, just making sure you got it, making sure that you want to, seeing if there's any questions you might have had with my resume or, anything I've done before. I'd love to come over and hang out with you. I see in your studio that you got one of those Neve 1073 preamps. I love those. I used them when I was in school, and that's actually one of my favorites for cutting vocals. Dude, you're going to impress me with that. That means that you not only paid some attention to what's going on in my studio, you not only reached out to me personally, you're the guy that I'm going to call in for an interview. Okay, if you just send me a random blanket email along with everybody else and you didn't put me, you didn't send a blind carbon copy on your email, and I can see that you sent it to 40 other people, dude, I'm not going to call you just from that. Seriously. You got to make some noise. You got to be that guy that shows me that you want to be here. That shows me that you really want to try it. I mean, look, there's a lot of studios in Los Angeles. There's literally 10 studios in this block where I'm at. in Burbank. There's literally 10 studios in this block. So, there's plenty of chances for y'all to get in. But if, seriously, pay attention to that detail, because that's where it's going to matter, is paying attention to detail and being personal with it. All right. So you sent your resume, you did a follow-up call, and now I've offered you to come over and interview with us. Okay. I've asked you to come over. We set up an appointment. All right. Be professional. Don't come over here like you're dressed to go to the beach, or you're just getting from the, you're just coming from the gym, whatever. Be professional. Don't dress in a 3-piece suit with shiny shoes like you're going to be a salesperson at a car dealership or a used car dealer or something. I don't want that either. Yeah, I'm not looking for that. I just want you to be comfortable. I want you to be you. I also want you to show up not smelling like you just put the blunt out on the way into the door. Don't come over here stoned. There's a time and a place for that. I mean, honestly, we're in the music business. That's what we do. That's what happens here. I get it, but be professional. Pretend that you go into a job interview, because essentially it's what you're doing. All right, you wouldn't go to a job interview drunk. Hopefully you don't. Hopefully you're not going to do that. Again, don't be offended with stuff I'm saying. I'm only trying to help y'all out, okay? So don't be mad. It's just me. Y'all gonna get used to me eventually. So anyway, and again, don't show up like you hitting the club. And the ladies love the cologne, and don't do that. Personally for me, that really bothers me. If you're slapping on too much cologne, or any cologne actually, because you and I are gonna be locked in a little room for 8 hours at a time when we're working together, and I don't need you smelling like a cologne store. I just don't. I again, there's a time and a place, and this ain't it for something like that. All right. So let's say now you sent me the resume, you did the follow-up call, I brought you in for an interview, I really like you, we set you up on a schedule, okay? You're going to be an intern here, or wherever you're at. You're going to be an intern, okay? So we have a saying in this business, and it should translate to interns and apprentices as well as engineers and assistants. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. Let me say that again in case you missed it. If you're reading along with me here, that's what it says. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. Shouldn't be anything else I have to say about that, because that is absolutely the truth. If I hire you as an engineer and you show up 25 minutes late to a session, and my client that is paying me for you to be here to work with has been sitting there for 30 minutes waiting for you, that's probably the last time I'm ever going to call you. All right. Just keep that in mind. We don't hire and fire people like a regular job. This is not let's look at that too. This is not a regular job. This is a gig-based business. All right. We're going to get you gigs. We're going to hire, we're going to bring you in for gigs. We're going to hire you as a contractor to do contract work for us. All right. You are a contractor. We're going to 1099 you at the end of the year. We're not going to give you a W-2. We're not going to take out taxes and pay your health insurance. That doesn't happen in this world. Not here. There are jobs out there in this industry that you can get that do that. And that's cool and all, but that's not for me. I can't do that personally. I don't do it that way. So here's how you get to stay here. All right. You make yourself valuable and irreplaceable. Place some value on you being here. All right. Don't be afraid to get involved with everything going on. I mean, don't get over crazy with it, but don't be afraid to get involved. If I ask you to perform a task, please try to do that. Don't bug me with stuff all the damn time. Call me every minute going, hey, how do I do this? Hey, how do I do that? Take some initiative, learn how to do stuff. Figure out where the vacuum cleaner is. Figure out where the trash goes. Figure out how to refill the coffee machine. Whatever. You know what I mean? We had an intern here. He came in and he asked, got in to be an intern by doing the resume and doing the follow-up call and then doing the interview, and then now he's an intern here. Dude, that guy was amazing. He was an intern here for a good 6-7 months, and first thing he'd do when he come in the door is go straight to the trash can, check if it was full. If it was full, he'd take it out, replace the bag, take the trash out to the can in the back alley. Then on his way back in, he'd grab the vacuum cleaner and start vacuuming up the hallways. This kid just made himself invaluable to me, you know, all the while. If there was nothing to do in the studio, if there was no work going on, there was no clients in here, he would sit in one of the production rooms and just watch YouTube videos on how to work Pro Tools, watch YouTube videos on how to use Ableton, whatever. This kid just didn't. I don't think he slept. I really don't. Anyway, he now is he's an intern here. He was an intern here. Now he's an engineer. He actually has a key to the studio. I call him in all the time, pretty much 2 or 3 times a week. He comes over and works a couple sessions for me. He also brings his own sessions here. He's got his own clients that he brings in, and he makes his own money with it. And this is just the way that he made himself valuable and irreplaceable. I really enjoy having this guy around here, and I kind of don't want to let him go anywhere. You know, I kind of jealous if he works at another studio. I do feel a little bit of jealousy when I see him at another studio. I might, you know, follow him on his Instagram or whatever. I see he's at another studio. I'm like, oh, what the hell, man? You know, but no, that's cool. That's the way it's supposed to be. You know, he made himself irreplaceable, which is, it's going to be really difficult if that guy ever goes anywhere else. Now that I have to replace him. So the alternative to that kid, right, is the intern that shows us that we really made a mistake by having to come hang out with us. You know, he gets here and he's just, you know, he's too entitled. He doesn't want to do any work. He just wants stuff handed to him. Whatever. That's not the guy. I kind of, we'll probably make it where I don't fire people. I'm not trying to get rid of you. I'm just going to never call you again. You know, I'm not take you off the calendar and just not have you come back. You know what I mean? We'll quietly take you off the schedule. So that's how that's going to work. Just don't be a dick. Be the first guy. Okay. Straight up. Don't be a dick. Okay. So what's next? Hopefully you're going to get some ideas from this little video here. Right. And understand some pointers on how to get into a studio. Okay. Once you get into a studio, again, make yourself invaluable. Don't, you know, make yourself very valuable to the studio owner and the manager, you know, and then they're going to call you. They're going to call you a lot. And then eventually you're going to start being an assistant engineer, you know, and then eventually you're going to become an engineer. You're going to be running sessions on your own, and that's how it works. So, you know, there's another publication which we just put out right before this one about do you really need audio school? And if you guys watch that, if you didn't get it or you don't know where it is, you could either do a search for it on YouTube. It's on YouTube, on the Learn Pro Recording channel on YouTube, or you can just email me straight up and I'll just send it to you. Okay, it's really simple. 1-page PDF of you know, my opinion if you need recording school, or what kind of recording school would be best for you. You know, in my opinion, the best recording school is one that places you in a working studio to learn how to work in a studio. That's the best way to learn this business, is learn by doing, learning from someone who's already done it. That's probably the best way to do that. Okay. If you guys want more information about that, check out learnprorecording.com or go straight to the source, which is recordingconnection.com. Those guys, you know, we've been working with those guys for quite a while, and they really know what's up. Their programs are awesome. They're everywhere. They're in your neighborhood. So if you're in LA, yeah, of course they got people here. But if you're in Phoenix, yeah, they got people there. You're in Orlando, yep, got that covered. You're in Duluth, yes, we got you. You know, you're in a small town in Kentucky, we probably got you. So don't worry about it. Yeah, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always reach out to me here at Learn Pro Recording. You can send an email to support@learnprorecording.com or info@recording.com, learnprorecording.com. So there's that. Any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out. Leave some comments down below when you're watching this on YouTube. Definitely like the video. Subscribe. Click the bell for notifications so you get notified when all these. We're going to do this at least once a week. At least once a week. This is sometimes more. This is actually the second one for this week. So, but we're going to try to reach out to you guys and give you the information that you're looking for. So let me know in the comments below, or shoot me an email directly that let me know what you're looking for. Let us know what we can help you with. If you want to see a video on how to mix better, you want to see a video on how to use a reverb properly, whatever it is, doesn't matter. We're going to reach you. We're going to help you out. We're going to try to make videos for it and show you how to do stuff. All right. Very cool. Glad you guys were here. So you want to be an intern in a recording studio? Dude, go get it. It's out there for you. Good luck in your future. If you need any help with anything, again, reach out to us. We're here for you. Appreciate you hanging out with me. It's Donnie Baker, LearnProRecording.com.